Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, guys, so we are going to be talking strictly indices today. Alright, we could look at a few individual tickers, but I am just going to say I'm not going to give you any short-term setups to play today. I am going to be covering the indices in detail, however. All right, we're going to start off here with the daily time frame. And I am going to point out, you have already lost your 9 EMA. That's something that I was saying in yesterday's video that we need to lose. And that is going to be your confirmation that you're beginning to roll over. Now, I'm also going to say right now, I'm going to make the statement that I don't think this is just going to be that. I think we're going to come down here. I think we're going to break 467 this time. And then I think you're coming all the way down here to 460. I think that's going to happen pretty quick. As of right now, you're still in this range, but once you do come down to 467, you're likely to break that, and then, boom, nothing from here to here. Range broken. You're probably going to see a decent move down. All right. You do have this hourly falling wedge going on here, so you're kind of just dancing around at the bottom of it. You kind of already given it up, so we're going to really need to hold right here. But as you guys could see, we're literally at our zone. All right, so this is demand right now. I'm just saying this is the exact spot you really have to hold. You kind of already gave it up. All right, on the smaller time frames, you've already given it up. So I do think it doesn't really matter what happens with the bounce right here. I think you are going to, continue to give it up some more, and we're going to make our way down to 467. So whatever this bounce is, all right, from here to here, whatever really happens, you're probably not going to get that much of a bounce, in my personal opinion. All right. I think it's going to be sold down to 467. Does not have to happen today. This is kind of what I was saying in the live stream this morning. Thank you guys for being there with me. If you did tune into the live stream, appreciate you. I was just saying, like, hey guys, incoming trading sessions does not have to happen today, but I do think 467 is incoming. All right. And what I was looking for today at a minimum is going to be this 471 level. All right, because that was your zone, and why are you just going to gap down and not hit that? All right, so you did go straight there. You ended up getting your bounce exactly from a zone. That is when I saw this falling wedge pattern here. All right, and as of right now, guys, you are putting in a hammer exactly where you need to be holding. Now, because you've already came down here, I do think, in the end, this is going to be given up. All right, but let's just really look what happened. Hoorah! Excuse-moi. All right. Touch point. Sliced. Touch point. Touch point. Touch point. Touch point. All right, guys. You had this zone. You got a heavily traded zone going on here. You broke down from that. And then you were treating this as supply. So up until you broke down from it, it was demand. All right. So demand, demand, demand. It was originally supply right here. Where does that stem from, you ask? There. All right. Just a break and retest right there. All right, if we pull it over, a lot of the times with these heavily traded zones, all right, I put this in my zones video. Guess what? All right, guess what? You can literally drag it over and it will, it'll be the heavily traded zone. You probably have a bunch more going on here. Well, on this specific zone, all right, you can pull it over all the way over here. You got supply. Oh, you aggressively got through that. Oh, aggressively sold through that. Aggressively gapped up through that. Aggressively sold through that. Bought back up through that. All right, there's not much chop going on here is what I'm getting here. These are your pivot points, and these are where things got aggressive. Right here, reversal, aggressive reversal. Right here, gap down. Oh, boom. You sold off pretty aggressively from there. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is your heavily traded zone. You came back up to that today, and you came within pennies of that. We're going to call it, we're going to call it you came within 20 cents of your supply zone, and you already had sell orders hitting the tape, which is why we had this happened right here. Why we sold from there. All right. I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to hit you with an if-then statement. Underneath 470.40, if 470.40 can be breached and price can hold under there, that's when you're going to have nothing until 467. All right. That is what I am going to be looking for if we can hold underneath here. Now, because we already broke under it, Jeez Louise. Damn. The yawns, dude. Those are the big ones. You ever have those yawns where like your hearing goes out too? You know, it's crazy. All right, maybe I gotta drink some more water. I don't know. All right. Had to skip the gym today. Did not get to just don't have time to do the gym. Had to do some other things today. All right. But yeah, guys, if you could break under here, I'm just putting it out there. You got absolutely nothing. All right. And underneath here, you had absolutely nothing to hear, guys. This is why we focus on level to level so often. All right. Because there's no reason to look at things any other way. All right. Respect your levels, respect your zones. I'm just going to put it out there. All right. If you were to come down and break 460, holy, what's up with that, man? What is up with that? Maybe I'm, not sitting up straight. We're going to, you know what? I'm going to try and not yawn here. We're going to make this desk a standing desk. I don't know why I'm yawning so much at 2 o'clock. And yeah, 2 p.m. No idea. All right, guys, but you're holding where you got to hold as of right now. We're going to come over here to QQQ, and I'm going to point out here on the hourly time frame, you did already break down. All right, as you guys can see, you got a low. You have a high, all right, equivalent high going on over here. From over here, so you knew you were trendless. Guess what? You broke underneath that low. Now you have your downtrend. All right, you went from trendless to downtrend. Expect the bounce to be sold. Where are we looking for it to get sold to? We're looking for 400, baby. All right, I do think we are going to be revisiting 400 because that is where you originally broke out from. That is where we were basing from. That is where you had your downtrend, your break and retest going on here. Guess what? If you're not new to the channel, then hopefully you guys ended up getting some of the gains that were along for that ride. And then boom, you had a breakout. And then there you go. Further upside was to be expected. Now, all right, we've been looking quite choppy, and I actually see something forming right now. All right, let me make a really clear picture for you right now. And I understand it's going to look a little wonky because, boom, left shoulder happens to be the same height as the head. All right, but if you really want, guess what? You could do that. All right, you could literally just put it, that is your right shoulder there. You're going to go like that. You're going to go a little like that. This whole thing is your head. You have one giant head. We're going to call this guy Big Head. I've been called Big Head before. I think that's a funny term. All right. There we go. All right. If we do end up popping up, you're literally just going to, put in a shoulder. And guess what? You kind of already have that said shoulder. If we just hit control, we just drag over there, guys. Simple little trick, guys. If you want to duplicate something, just hit control and drag. Right here, guys, you have your neckline. I understand it's looking a little sloppy, but this very well could just be the right shoulder over there. Regardless, guys, you've already lost. The thing that we were pointing out has guided you up the whole time. All right, the whole entire move up. You literally just respected this 9 EMA. And guys, I wish I saw it sooner. I wish I saw it sooner. Because your boy Henry probably would not have scaled out over here. You could have just easily waited till you at least came down and tested that bad boy. And you didn't. And then that would have been a boom. You would have been able to catch this sick, nasty move. And then guess what? Even over here, you would have still known not to scale out of your position. All right. You could start scaling out, but you would have known to, not completely get out of your position. Why? Because you literally never, you guys respected this 9 EMA the whole entire time. The only thing I can point to is right here. That was your first little fake out. All right. You came down here and you pretty much closed right on it. And you got bought up the next day. And once you were at the new high, you would have known, hey, that was a trap. All right, so guys, I promise I got your back. All right, I had your back with what I knew to look for before. Now I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I will be watching this thing. All right, because I'm kind of annoyed that, I literally could have rode this whole move up and then I would have gotten my warning sign right here after, let's just point this out from the bottom. Well, from the cross back up, you would have bought in the close that day. All right, guess what? I'm not saying just rely on the 9 EMA. I'm not saying that at all. I'm telling you this is going to be our trend indicator here on seeing like, hey, how strong is this trend? Is it just consolidating before the next move up? Or are we actually having a reason here to be bearish? Because if you look over here, guess what? You did the same thing. All right. If anybody was following along with the channel before over there, you knew that this was CPI and you knew we were bullish on this. Why? You had a little cup and handle going on. We also saw this was a flag. All right. You had some bullish structure going on here. And then when you gapped above it, you knew you were going to keep going. Well, you knew you were likely going to keep going until this next supply zone. which was derived from, let me just come all the way over here. Actually, it was a little bigger at the time. It was just like that. All right, so we came up right to this 457 to 459 supply zone that we're 462, I guess it is. Yeah, 462, which was the high over here. 462.07, that was that, which I still think is going to be tested on this move down. I'm just going to be clear on that one. All right, guys, but yeah, again, with this 9 EMA, guys, it has our back. And if it has my back, it will have your back because I will have your back. And yeah, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. There you go. So I'm just going to let you guys know right now, it's suggesting that we're at least going to be getting something like this. All right. And I have been, cautious up here. I've been telling you guys, hey, all right, long setups are failing like crazy. The only things that are working out are short setups. That's what I've been saying. Like, you've had some longs, all right? We had CELH and stuff like that. The vast majority of these are just getting absolutely crapped on. We're getting this dip across the board. Anything along it sets up is just, again, getting just clapped. Short-wise, that's not the case. That is not the case. We can actually look over here on IWM, and again, this is something that I wish I saw sooner. You rode the 9 EMA up the whole entire time. I remember being most bullish down here on IWM because it was a laggard. All right? Guess what? You rode it up the entire time. You literally did not get a close underneath it until right here. Okay, you had a little fake out over here, but guess what? You could have rode it the entire time. You now had your close underneath here. Then the next day you broke your trend line. What got my attention? You broke your trend line. All right, you came back up. You had the retest right here, and then there was originally an arrow right here. All right, and we were saying watch the retest of that trend line, but guess what? What do we also have? We have a retest right here, and then you start breaking down. All right, now you're going level to level over here on Mr. IWM. But again, guys, we're not going to get bullish on this thing until you can at least get above this 9 EMA. All right, I'm just not going to be doing it. All right, now that I see it, I can't unsee it. It's just too clean. It's too easy. Okay, we watch structure here on this channel, but guys, why have we not had something to follow the trend? I don't know. All right, we could watch, higher lows and higher highs all we want. We knew the trend was bullish, but the short-term trend, when should you get like cautious? That is what I'm talking about. All right, we got no reason to be bullish on this until you can get back above that. I told you guys we were bearish, but it was not time to short. Now I'm going to say, just like I was saying this morning on the gap down in the live stream, thank you guys for being there with me. Guess what? All right, we're bearish on this market. I think it is a safe short at this current point in time. I think you're going to be taking a ride down here to 467, and then I think you're coming all the way down here to 460. And that is that. All right, what do we also have going on today? VIX broke out, guys. We have 2 months of consolidation. Do you really think this is all she wrote? I do not. I do not think this is all she wrote. I think we will continue seeing VIX, but I will also be the guy to remind you, why did I put this back on my chart? Guess what? If it gets up to 65, that is when you start looking for a short-term top within a few trading sessions over here on Mr. VIX. It does not mean it can't cool off and do something like this. Does not at all mean that. And what would that be doing? That. Bearish divergence. All right, so it does not mean that this can't be the case. I'm just saying, just look back on this VIX RSI chart here. All right, you can see what I'm talking about within days, unless you're crashing. All right, mass panic is going on. You're coming down, baby. All right, give us a few trading sessions. This thing's probably not going to be up here. I will be the bearer of bad news for you bears. All right, but I'm also going to tell you, I do think this move down is just going to start. I really do. I don't like that VIX, skyrocketed off the first day, though. I do like that you're breaking out, though. So that's that. I don't think 2 months of consolidation is just going to be taken lightly. All right, it could very much so be something like this. These 2 months of consolidation here, you finally broke above. All right, you came back. You kind of have a sloppy looking retest going on over here. I understand, you have that level, but take that one out. Guess what? Retest. And then, what do we have? Bearish divergence going from here to here. That is exactly what I was talking about right over here. All right, so yeah, guys, we got things on SPY suggesting we should be cautious. We got things on Mr. VIX suggesting we should be cautious. DXY, if you're in the morning live stream, you guys know that I didn't see this until today. Guess what? We had pointed out on the breakout that you had this inverse head and shoulders going on, and then also you were just consolidating right above where you broke out from that trend line. We're probably coming up here to, 405-ish. Not 405-ish. 104-ish. Where did the 4 come from? Come on, buddy. All right. So that is pretty much it, guys. All right. I told you I didn't want to spend too much time on these individual tickers. I'm just going to highlight this right here. Guys, if you can't hold Tesla right here, 209.50, you're probably coming all the way down here to 194.07, which is the low of this candlestick right here. That is what I want to highlight. CELH. I also want to point this one out. You're currently right at resistance, so that is something to take note of. We have one more that I think is, well, we have 2 more that I think are standing out to me, but there's one more that I really want to say is standing out to me. Now, I will be taking a step back on my own personal trading. I am just, sick of just, yeah, pretty much, guys, I've been taking, lotto and half sizes on, setups that will end up working out. And, yeah, I'm just, in my own personal, like, I'm confident in my own ability, obviously, like, I'm doing this. But I'm definitely going to tell you, I've been taken for a ride in this freaking market. All right. Just getting trapped. And it's strictly because I will, ignore something that's within my system. And then I FOMO into something that's not. And I happen to FOMO with more size, which is absolutely ass backwards. This is what I was telling you the other day. If you're frustrated, you're doing something wrong. All right. Doing something wrong. Currently, I'm putting 4 hours a day into my skill set, just intentful work. And, yeah, all right. I'm going to take a step back. All right. I'm taking a step back. I'm going to, sit on my hands with these swings that have a lot of date on them. Not a lot of date. All right. But, if they're a month out, they're a month out. I'm not going to sell right now on something that's been dying. All right. Can it die some more? Yeah, it probably will. I don't even know. I just think it's probably going to get a bounce before that. But I'm going to tell you right now, with my own short-term trade, I'm really trying to take a step back because it just continuously pisses me off. All right, let me just go over. These were and I still got to talk about those 2 tickers I want to talk about. All right, but these were the, going into this week, this is what I was paying attention to. And again, I only took a freaking lotto size on this, and that pisses me off. All right, because then, you get down here and you don't have the runner to freaking go into, actually get really freaking paid on these things. Got taken for a ride over here on Mr. Affirm. All right, literally, this was the game plan. Your DP1 over here, guess what? You have a pretty clean shot all the way down here. It probably will end up getting down there. QQQ, another one that, your boy just didn't take. This is what I'm talking about. Entry would have been right here at the close of this candle, and your stop would have been up here. I understand it's a $2 move, but you are talking a lot more downside than you were talking upside here. All right. Well, in this case, upside on your cons versus downside. Yeah, on your cons. All right. So that was something I was paying attention. You got IWM. All right. Again, just something that I'm just, what the heck are you doing, Henry? What are you doing? You got RK. Again, Henry, what are you doing? These are all, this is what you're watching going into the week. And you like literally, I got that alert hit. And I don't know why what I'm saying. All right, this is what I'm saying. Now, this is one that, I pointed out in the Discord. And, this, I wasn't going to take it because I was just, sitting back. But this is something that I was, again, stuff that fits within my system. I'm not taking, and stuff that's like, nah, I'm FOMOing into its size. And it's really pissing me off, guys. All right, and that's why I, spent time talking about the other day. This is what's going through my mind. All right, and at the same time, guys, yeah, if you're frustrated at the charts, at the stock market, at yourself, you're doing something wrong. You got to take the step back. So I'm taking the step back. It's frustrating because I got people who, want trades in the Discord. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking a step back. All right. There's absolutely no reason. The real value driver, in my personal opinion, is me just calling the shots over here on the indices every single day. All right. Especially over here. Over here on the, I added that tab. But yeah, no, guys, I consist like this really, if you're a professional trader, I'm going to tell you right now, that is what I deem to be the value driver. There are people who pay hundreds of dollars for these rooms. And I'm telling you right now, it's $40. I'm not going to claim to be a professional trader, which is just someone who's consistently profitable. All right. You're trading with over 25K. I'm not going to claim to be that guy. What I will definitely claim to have is proof of concept on my side. And I continuously call reversals every single day in the market. And I despise that again, like, I'm this clean at stuff. I got to take the step back because there's no reason someone should be on this on point like that and not be making money off it. It's pissing me off. All right. So, you know, for the people who are in the Discord right now, just know I am taking a step back. All right. Maybe it's going to be this week. All right. Maybe it's only a week. Just chill. Just realize we got to take the step. I got to take the step back. All right. But, you know, again, that's not even what I deem to be the real value driver. And it pisses me off that people just come in here and follow, like, you know, my stuff. I'm literally telling you guys, I'm, you know, not consistently profitable. I've had a lot of periods where, you know, you're consistently, you're on point. You turn small money into massive money. And then, you know, again, you go through the same periods that you're not on point. You're pretty much getting your own head. That's what I'm in right now. But that annoys the crap out of me because then there's things like this. All right. It's things like this. This is what I'm, you know, this is what I was saying. The value driver, the people who are the professional traders, you know, $40 who literally can, you know, get intraday reversals pretty consistently. We called, you know, well, the bottom and the top today. I don't know how to say this. This was all within, you know, plan as we're going today. But this is what I'm talking about. It's pissing me off. All right. We're not going to talk anymore about it because, you know, I'm not going to talk about my emotions. I'm doing stuff about it. Come over here to YouTube layout. Let's go over those tickers I wanted to discuss. AMD. AMD is sitting literally right here at all-time high resistance. This is your supply zone. You are getting sellers stepping in there. You do have the bearish divergence going on here. It is also at the top of this ascending parallel channel. I think you probably do end up at least seeing a move down to 150. I'm not going to tell you to short the beast, but I am going to tell you to, you know, this is your idea. Okay. That is your idea. You have a bearish divergence going on here. You're literally at the all-time high supply zone. If you do end up, you know, stalling out here, you're either coming right here to 150 or you're coming here to 140. You have room in both directions. Well, on both levels. On both directions. You do have room in both directions. If you were to break all-time highs, guys, you're probably going a lot higher like over there on NVIDIA. All right, but then you look at things like NVIDIA and you haven't even started rolling over. Like you literally haven't even started. All right, this thing can go higher, but it's probably very close to the end. All right, so I'll remind you on that one. All right, the other one I'm going to be pointing out is over here on Goog. All right, this one, you know, I've been bringing up, told you guys I wasn't playing it, and this is what I'm talking about, guys. Things that, you know, I do, you know, I see like they're clean. I don't take them, and then I've been FOMOing into things. It's really pissing me off. All right, so I got to take that step back. Really, no point. There's no point. Just take the step back and evaluate. Not evaluate, just, you know, plan. Okay? Action. Your action plan, and then you proceed with that plan. All right? But yeah, those are the tickers I really wanted to be pointing out. Over here on Goog, you do have the bearish divergence going on here on the daily RSI, as well as you're in this rising wedge formation right here. You came out, stalled at resistance, stalled at the top of the falling wedge as well. All right, and now I do think you're likely to sell. You are currently getting bid up, but yeah, I think you break this trend line, you're probably targeting 136. You're targeting 132, but yeah, your entry would have been up here. That was a safe entry. There you go. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next one. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and peace.